Hey, check it out. Nice, beautiful, washed up, clean truck. Oh, she's shining. We got armor rolls on the tires. We got Rain-X. We're looking good. Now we just got to kick back and get ready to check out a special edition of the Trucker's Table. Get ready to crunch some numbers. Let's do it. Well, howdy. Bills, and more bills. You know, we've had a rough March. We've had a rough March. March has been a rough month. 2021 so far has been kind of rough, I'm going to be honest with you. And I was talking to Teresa the other day, and we were looking at adding everything up, you know, and we've spent so far this year on the truck, everything, you know, including bumpers, mirrors, all that stuff, parts, maintenance, labor, you know, everything all combined, over $10,000, you know, in 3 months. So most of it in March. So I thought maybe we would, I got part of the bill for Bruckner's where we had the work done in Shreveport there for the AC. So I thought maybe we'd go over some of that. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you some advice. If you're gonna deal with Bruckner's in Shreveport, whatever they tell you, I would get a second opinion. Just to be sure, you know, because I think some of the stuff they did for me didn't need to be done. That's my opinion. I may be wrong. I don't know. We'll never know, will we? So, because I didn't get a second opinion. But anyway, this was back on, let's see, March the 6th, 5th, 6th, 2 days, those last 2 days. I'll just read off some of what it says that they did. It says replace condenser, service and repair the AC and heating. It says removed and installed condenser and expansion valve. Valve was glued in place and evap box not sealed good at all. Evaporator lines are damaged on the tip and will need to be replaced. 3344 drained the coolant from the unit and removed the HVAC system in the cab of the unit and disassembled the HVAC unit in order to remove and replace the evaporator. Once the new evaporator was installed, put the HVAC system back together and reinstalled back in unit and hooked up all the coolant and AC lines back up, put coolant back in the unit and pressurized test and confirmed no leaks. Hooked the Robin air machine and pull the AC system down and check the system over before charging it back up with 4 pounds of Freon. Install the air filter and housing assembly with the mounts. It says the tech pull down the, now they're showing two different, I think these are 2 different tech numbers, so maybe more than one person worked on it. Anyway, pull down the AC system and remove the expansion valves for the bump. Installed a new expansion valve with the new O-rings. Ran a vac on the system and a leak test. No leaks found. Charged system with 3.78 pounds of Freon. On the max AC system is running at about 58 degrees. Whew, man. So, let's see. We'll just go over some of the description of what they says here that they put in. It says oil flush O-ring kit, condenser, expansion valve, evaporator kit, valve, Freon, repair AC and heating. Labor, replacing the evap conditioner valves, replace condenser. All this is the labor stuff. Those parts and labor, let's see, parts $750.72, labor $1,232.50, for a grand total of $1,983.22. Let's see. Then I think they had $85 for shop supplies, $213.34 for taxes, for a grand total of $2,390.31. Woo. Now see, this is what I don't like. I mean, I can't do nothing about it now, but anyway, it says checked all coolant hoses, pressure tested system and found no leaks. All hoses are in good shape. Were they really? I would say nay. Because they blew out. What, a week later? Week and a half? A week later? Yeah, about a week later. Up there in Atlanta, or coming back from South Carolina. Ooh. All right, what we got here? Okay, now this is the original one when I went in on March the 2nd. The other one was after this one here. And it says, the complaint was it was blowing hot in the sleeper. It says Freon is leaking from behind AC compressor clutch. Okay. Tell me this, if it was leaking from the compressor clutch Freon, and you need Freon to cool, right? You can't run it without Freon because it won't cool, right? Why was it blowing 40, 50 degrees up front? Explain that to me. It's all on the same compressor, same Freon. It cools up here, it cools back there when the motor on the truck is running. How is this one blowing cold? That one's not blowing cold, but yet the compressor is leaking. That's the part I have the problem with. That doesn't make sense to me, because read the complaint. Blowing hot in the sleeper. Not in the front, in the sleeper. So, did it just start leaking when I brought the truck in? I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, okay, so it says use nitrogen to try to find leaks, sprayed soapy water on lines and condenser, and couldn't find where Freon is leaking. They told me it was leaking out from behind the compressor. After further diagnosis found Freon is leaking from behind the AC compressor clutch. We'll need compressor and dryer removed and replace compressor and dryer. Recharge system all op, okay. Unit ready for release. Well, we know that wasn't true, because less than 24 hours, the condenser on the front blew out all the Freon. Anyway, it says here replace the drive. Okay, now this is the driver's side fairing that I wanted them to do. They did that. Let's see, chassis fairing, $614. Paint and body, $480. Let's see. Parts. Now on the AC repair, it says here parts $463.25. A compressor's that cheap, and a dryer too. Labor $1,160. Woo. Let's see what our total was. I think this is a separate bill. because originally it was parts was the 1,000. Okay, yeah, I paid $2,400, but that was with the fairing and everything mixed in too. It was a little over $2,400, $2,402.70. But Bruckner's was a nightmare. The lounge, awesome. Remote cable TV, satellite TV. Sat there and watched Gunsmoke the whole time. Made coffee. It was good. But I just don't, I don't know. I just don't trust them. I don't. I ain't gonna lie. They probably watching this. I don't know, because I've been in there so many times. They probably subscribe to my channel. I don't mean to hurt you guys' feelings if you are watching. I just, you got to understand my point, right? I have a hard time wrapping my brain around how it's blowing cold here, hot back there, and it's the compressor. That's the part I have a problem with. Because when I left there, guess what? It still wasn't blowing cold in the sleeper. Just saying. All right, so I'm missing a bill. Dadgummit. I was supposed to have a bill from where I bought the parts in, where was that at? Cincinnati. Anyway, that was approximately around $600. I bought a water filter. I bought, what do they call that thing? A thermostat for the motor, for the coolant thing. And I bought AC line. It's the line that goes from here all the way around and down from the dryer, evaporator all the way down to the compressor. It was $400 and something altogether, so it was like $600 in parts there. Anyway, we took those parts, went to the TA in Jeffersonville, and when we got there, so you saw where we had to get the fan clutch replaced and all of that. We ended up having to spend the night, wait till the next morning to get the parts. Got the AC lines replaced, got the fan clutch eventually replaced, and then we had the issue with the water filter leaking because of the valve. Anyway, here's our bill for the TA, so we'll go ahead and go over it real quick. It's 1, 2, 3 pages. 4 pages. But all the good stuff's on the first page. So let's see what we got here. Made a parts run. Yeah, had to go pick up parts. $175. Ouch. Fan hub clutch. $1,089.18. Yeah. USS flat GR8 5/16, 99 cents. Hex nut, 49 cents. Hex cap, $1.98. Let's see, what was that? It looks like it says rag or either PAG, oil for use in satin or something like that. Anyway, $7.49. AC evac and recharge, $133.99. It says labor only, refrigerant is not included. Oh man. Freon, $109.96. Freon recovery, $12.99. Replace water filter, standard labor. Made another parts run to go get the shutoff valve thing for the water thing. Now see, they should have paid all this. And right before I left, one of the really nice ladies that works in there, I saw her both days I was there, and I talked to her that first day I was there, and I told her, I said, ma'am, because the other guy that messed it up, he was ready to go. His name's Brad. I mean, he did good work when he was there, but I guess after you've done something long enough, it's hard to keep that passion for it, you know. So I feel like maybe he's just a little burned out on it, maybe, because it just, you know, when he was asking me about some of the stuff, you know, I told him, I said, hey man, here's my advice. Fix this truck like you owned it, like you were gonna be driving it, like it's your truck. I want it done right, like you would want it done right. That's what I tell him. So anyway, you know, it took him most of the day to replace the AC line and the water filter. And when he got done, you know, I pointed it out to him, hey man, that thing's still leaking. So he cranked down on it some more on the filter itself, thinking it wasn't on there tight enough. Of course it was. And then he left and went home. You know, his shift was up. You know, nearly 8 hours to put on one AC line and change a water filter. It just doesn't seem right to me. You know, I'm not saying they charged me for the whole 8 hours because he had to take a lunch break and his other breaks and, you know, all that stuff, you know. But, yeah. And I went in there when they were doing shift change, and the lady that probably subscribed, she loved Ducky. She had an Aussie just like him. Sweet lady, nice lady. And I told her, I said, hey man, that thing's still leaking. And he's already gone, you know. So I was hoping they would address that, you know, because if it was addressed right then, and they found out, hey, yeah, that valve's leaking, we need to hurry up and get that and get it replaced. They could have went, got the valve, and been back and got it put on that night, and I could have left. And I wouldn't have been a whole day and a half late delivering my load. It'd only been 1 day late. So, you know, I was disappointed about that. But anyway, and here's the other thing that I was a little disappointed on. When I went in there, my truck wasn't leaking coolant. When I got done, my truck was leaking coolant. Now, is that my fault? Is that their fault? I don't know. All I know is Landstar spends a lot of money at TAs and Petros. I just wish they had took responsibility for it. They said, hey, you know, your truck wasn't leaking coolant when you came in here. You know, we should have researched it better. We should have did this or did that. I wish they would have stepped up and took responsibility for it. I'm sure they'll have a different take on it than what I have, but that's just my thoughts. And I understand parts break, but you were the one working on the part when it broke, so it wasn't broke when you started working on it. Anyway, another parts run, another $175. To get the water shut off filter valve thing, $72.17. And here's another thing that sort of cooks my goose a little bit. You didn't need to replace that whole thing. All you had to do was pull that thing out, put a little 50-cent rubber washer on there and stick it back in there. That's all you had to do. You know how I know? Because I talked to Nick. He's a guy on the Volvo Truckmasters Facebook page. He is a research and developer for Volvo. He knows the trucks backwards and forwards. He knows. Trust me, he knows. I talked to 2 other guys that had the same problem. They had to replace theirs. They didn't replace the whole daggum thing. They just replaced that little 50-cent ring. They told me how to get it out. They told me everything. I tried to pass that information on to the other guy, you know. And anyway, $72 for that. And all you needed was a little 50-cent washer. It's just inexperience. They don't know this stuff because they don't work on it enough to understand how it all works. If it was me, I would go to that Volvo page and I would every time a Volvo came in, I'd be on there asking questions, trying to get information, because there's people out there that know more than you know. There's people out there that know way more than I know. There's more people out there that know more than what you know. You don't know everything. I don't know everything. Nobody knows everything, but combined all together, we know a pretty good bit. That's what I'm saying. Don't be afraid to go out there and get information, because that's what I did. I showed him a diagram of how the whole thing's broke down, how to get it out, everything, right? Because he was looking it up on Google and all that other stuff, trying to figure it out himself, you know. So I was trying to help. I just wish it hadn't cost me so much money and time. All right, so $72 for the shutoff valve, 50/50 Delvac coolant, 2 gallons, $32. High side valve cap, $8.99. Shop supplies, $30. Mechanical hourly labor, $121.99 per hour. regular price. I guess Landstar gets a discount. So mine was only $116.99. 8.5 hours. Woo! I guess that's both days combined, maybe. Anyway, $994.42 in labor. So, woo. All right, so all that added up. I was looking to see if there was tax on here or something. Let's see, here we go. Parts, $1,291.20. Labor, $1,521.40 for labor. Are you kidding me? That is ridiculous. 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 Man. $32 for oil. I don't know why they put oil in there. Maybe they're talking about the Freon. So I don't see any tax on here, so I don't know. Anyway, combined total amount for $2,844.58. Let's see, that was Friday. I paid that. Friday, the 26th. All right, so let's look at some other stuff we have here. Parts. All right, so twice while I was at the shop there in Jeffersonville, we crunked the truck up the first time to test the AC system, make sure it's blowing cold, even before they fixed the fan, because we took the fan belt off the hub, right? So anyway, while it was running, the motor just cut off. It wasn't overheating. It had Freon in it, or Freon coolant. I don't know why it shut off. It just shut off. It didn't tell me why. He put it on the computer. It wouldn't tell him why. It just shut off. So crunk it back up later. It ran fine. All right. Fast forward to the next day. Same thing happened again. And then I got up to where's that? Cleveland. No. I went and made my delivery in Bucyrus, whatever that's called. And then I went to Cleveland to pick up. Got picked up there and came back because I did live feed in Cleveland. Came back down, and I get about 30, 40 miles or so from Cleveland, and it just, red light comes on, shut the motor down, but it don't tell me why. I had to pull over the shoulder, got out, checked everything, didn't see any problems, everything looked fine. Got back in the truck, and it ran fine, but I noticed my oil pressure was acting funny, right? So I was talking to a friend. I said, hey man, I see there's a Volvo place down here in Ashland, Ohio, and they're open on Saturday. I'm just gonna go there and park, be there when they open up in the morning, see if they can look at my truck, you know. And got there, sure enough, next morning, no, we don't have any techs on duty. I said, well, let me go and get some parts I think I might need. So I got the oil pressure sensor, and I checked that morning to see what the codes were, and the code was, right here's a picture of it. Crankcase sensor code thing. So I went ahead and got the crankcase sensor, and I got the oil pressure sensor, and in case I had to go into a TA or Petro or somewhere to get it changed. If I'd had the right size sockets, I could have done it myself. It's a very simple procedure. I'll have to do a video on it someday. Anyway, those two parts, those two sensors, let's see, it don't say which one it is, it just says pressure sensor. One of them was $121.18, the other one was $82.80. I guess you get a discount for being Landstar, because I got a discount. Let's see. So we got the parts, and I said, well, maybe I can get down to Columbus. So I get back out in the truck, and I call Columbus. I said, hey, I see y'all are open on Saturdays. Do y'all have a tech on duty? Oh, yeah. I said, hey, I got this problem. I gotta be in Georgia Monday morning. I know y'all are closed on Sunday. Is there any way you can look at my truck today and maybe replace these two sensors for me? Yeah, we can get you in. I said, oh man, thank you so much. Zoom, took off, tried to get down there, baby the truck, you know, best I could. get down there and get checked in with them. Really super nice lady. I wish I'd got her name. I didn't think to ask her name. I apologize. But really nice lady. And she had dogs too, so she loved Ducky. Of course, everybody loves Ducky. She checked me in, and I told her what I needed to get done. And I told her, I said, while you at it, I'm gonna go over and check your parts department out and see if they got a boost sensor in stock. If they do, I want to change the pressure, crankcase pressure sensor. I want to change the oil pressure sensor, and I want to replace the boost, intake boost sensor. I've replaced it myself almost 2 years ago, so I thought, you know, won't hurt anything. You're right there. Go ahead and replace it, right? So they did that. The boost sensor was $79.40, tax and everything, $85.36. I bought it there at the same place where they did the work. Now with this, this is just the labor cost to replace all 3 of those sensors. The labor cost was $392.50, because I think they charge about $157 an hour. Anyway, miscellaneous charges $47.10. Total charges $439.60. Sales tax $32.97 for a grand total of $472.57. So all combined at Buckner's, though, we did spend on the AC system a little over $4,000, right at $4,000. And then the fairing and everything was another, with labor and everything added in, was another $1,300, I think, altogether, something like that. So we spent a lot of money in March, a lot of money in March. So I don't know if y'all can see it. You might can hear it. I don't know. It's raining. It's raining. But anyway, this sucks, because I spent $30,000 last year on this truck, maintenance and repairs. I'm already off to a rough start, spending over $10,000 this year so far. If I can just make it to the end of this daggum year with this truck running, whew, and I ain't too far in debt, and I get this son of a gun paid off, I'm getting rid of it, man. I am. I don't care if I have to sell it, give it away, or what. I'm getting rid of this son of a gun and getting me another truck. And you know, because we got 1,115,000 and something miles on it. So I'm about 85,000, roughly 85,000 miles from having 1.2 million on it. So I want to get something else, because this one's wore out. And you say, hey, well, you've replaced everything, you're good. No, you're not. I haven't come close to replacing everything. You have rear end gears, you have differentials, you have transmission, you have turbo. There's just so much stuff that can go wrong on a truck. That big one box thing, SCR thing, $7 grand if I want to replace that. I mean, there's just so much other stuff that can go wrong. The computer system things can go wrong. The ECU, whatever that thing, ECR, whatever that thing is. The EGR right now is leaking. I got to get the filter replaced in it, right? I got to get bushings and kingpins. I got to get that done. I got to get brake drums on the front, new brakes on the front steers. I got to get 2 new steer tires probably this year, because I think, well, I don't have to get 2. I could just get 1. But the one on this side, I've already noticed a little bit of irregular wear. And so eventually this year I'm going to have to replace it. Well, I'm not going to just replace the one. I'm going to replace them both. And then I'm going to keep this one, and maybe that one too, but definitely keep the good one over here for a spare. And then you got 2 equal new steer tires. If I could get through the whole year without buying either, I'd love to do that. But first thing we're going to do before we buy any new tires is we're going to get kingpins and bushings and all that stuff replaced. So we're going to do that first. So anyway, man, I'm so sorry. We're going on 29 minutes, me rambling on about my bills and talking about all this stuff. If you're still watching, it's a miracle, and I don't know what to say except thank you. You the subscriber. Yeah, you're a subscriber of the year right there. But yeah, I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated. I'd be lying if I didn't say I was frustrated. But like I said, we just got to ride it out to the end of the year if we can. I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna be able to do it, but I'm gonna try. I mean, of course, something catastrophic could happen, you know. Just have to wait and see and try to play it out. But anyway, thank y'all for hanging in there with me. Let me get all this off my chest, talk about my bills a little bit, stuff like that we had to pay, and maintenance and everything. So I'm gonna give you some advice. I got a friend out in, I had never met him in person. We just talked on the phone. We met through my YouTube channel. His name's Scott. And he's been trying to figure out what he wants to do. Does he want to get a Sprinter van and do expediting? Does he want to get a, you know, does he want to get a used truck? Does he want to get a brand new truck? Does he want to get a regular, you know, regular size truck, or does he want to get one with the big sleeper, you know? He's trying to figure out what he wants to do. Well, he's in a great position financially, and he's in a great position with his overhead. I mean, he could do anything he wanted. It's an open playing field. If he says, hey, I want to go get me a 120-inch big sleeper truck, he can go do it. He's in that position. If he wanted to just get a little Sprinter van and do expedited, he can do it. He's in that position, that's what I'm saying. And then I have other friends that are thinking about coming over, and they ask me about stuff. And up till now, you know, I haven't really given a whole lot of advice. Even with Scott, I didn't say, Scott, go buy a brand new truck, or Scott, go buy a used truck, or do this. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna give my opinion. I'm not saying this is what you should do. I'm gonna tell you this is what I would do if I was in your position. This is what I would do. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying this is what I would do. Knowing what I know now, I can tell you for sure, beyond any reasonable doubt, I would buy a brand new truck. I'd get the biggest, best warranty package I could get, and I would buy a brand new truck. Because you can lease that truck on over here at Landstar, you can lease it on at Snyder, you can lease it on at a lot of places, and still make decent enough money to make that bill, make that payment, and pay your other bills too, most likely. But that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, once I get this truck paid off, because I'm not gonna have two big truck payments and only driving one truck. That's just not gonna happen. And I'm not gonna try to trade it in, because they would just take that money on what I got left over on this onto the other one, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna pay this damn thing off, and then we're gonna go from there. But eventually I'm gonna get a brand new truck. I just don't know if I'm still able to drive. I mean, anything can happen. But if we keep going the way we're going now, definitely either 2022, I'm pretty sure maybe 2022, we're gonna try to maybe get a new truck. I don't know when, but I'm gonna try to get it done in 2022. I had talked about pushing it back to 2023, but I just don't think I can make it that far with this truck. I don't think I can make it through, we're looking at 12, 8, 20 months. I don't think this truck's got 20 months left in it, because I'm driving close to 10,000 miles a month. That's another 200,000 miles. I just don't think this truck has another 200,000 miles in it without something catastrophic going wrong. Knock on wood, I hope it don't. But anyway, so that's what I would do. If you ask me, what would you do, Triple T? I'd buy a new truck. That's what I would do. The only way I wouldn't buy a new truck is if I could find some little truck that I thought was in halfway decent shape for less than $20,000, because you can probably make enough money off of that truck to pay it all, plus have money set aside to put down on another truck, you know. I mean, something like that. If you're not financially able to go buy a new truck, then you don't have a choice. That's what you have to do. I did not even explore the opportunity of going and buying a brand new truck. I wish now I had, instead of buying this one. There's a lot of things I wish I'd done different than buying this truck, but I can't change it. As my wife always tells me, quit beating yourself up, you can't change it. So quit harping on it, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do, but it's hard. Anyway, I gotta go. We're already 34 minutes in. I apologize. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is not the video I had planned on putting out. We was gonna do a whole thing of video, and then this was just gonna be a little segment in it. It ended up being the whole video. So anyway, we'll go back and do the getting here thing, and the receiver, that'll be the next video probably coming up. Because I've been promising this video for a while now, and so I want to go ahead and get it out there while we got all this stuff fresh in my mind. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. We can't do a video without the duck man, can we? I know. Let's hurry up and get him in here. Duck, 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 duck. Where you at? You can't be over there. You gotta come over here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Oh, you can do it. You can do it. Come on, jump, 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 jump. Aye! I made it. Woo, that was a long jump. See, I made it, Dad. See, I made it. Say, wish up, everybody. Say, wish up, wish up. Say, wish up, y'all. Say, pose up. Pose up. Yeah, pose up. Last night we had bad weather in Kentucky. Boy, he was freaking out. He was trying to get up under the table in there, underneath the bed. He was so scared. Oh, he's such a cute boy, ain't he? He's the cutest. All right, there you go, Dad. You got it? There you go. All right, well, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. Y'all stay safe. Hey, it's Monday. Boom, we're gonna get this week kick started, and we're not going in the shop. We're not going in the shop this week. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Please, Lord. Can't take no more. All right, but anyway, y'all have a great week. Stay safe. We ain't stopping. Till this daggum thing's paid off, we're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep punching.